Let's just start with a maybe provocative idea. The traditional AI automation agency. It's fundamentally a trap. It sounds like a strong statement, but, we're watching this happen. The market's going through this great commoditization. It feels very much like the travel agent story, maybe 20 years back.
Yeah, that's a great parallel.
You just can't survive anymore by only selling the technical workflows. You got to stop selling the how.
We've seen it, haven't we? That $25,000 custom AI dashboard project. It didn't fail because the tech was bad. Not at all.
Right.
It failed because the client, well, they wanted internal ownership. They didn't really see the agency as like a strategic partner, just a builder.
Yeah.
A tool builder.
And that failure, that specific story, it really points towards a completely different way of operating, doesn't
It
it?
absolutely does. So today, we're going to dive deep into exactly that, a new playbook. And this isn't just theory. This model, it's being used right now by successful folks out there, people like Jack Roberts at Teddy AI. They're pulling in over $100,000 a month because they radically shifted how they present their value.
So our mission for you today, listening in, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to unpack why that old agency model, why it's kind of failing now.
Yeah.
Then how you can sell real, quantifiable commercial value. We'll talk about the critical 3 framework for that.
For sure.
And also why getting really specific, like laser focused with your niche, this Kevin Bacon strategy idea, why that's so essential for getting referrals.
Yep.
And then finally, we'll lay out the 4 key components you need to build your own sustainable AI operating system. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's dig into this technical trap first. So many people jumping into AI services now, even some established firms, they're still leading with the tech skills, building these really complex, maybe elegant workflows, connecting APIs, making things talk to each other, like stacking digital Lego blocks.
And look, a year or two ago, that was valuable, really valuable. But that value, it's eroding fast.
We've seen this movie before, like you said, with the travel agent.
Exactly. The travel agent parallel is perfect. Their expertise, their knowledge of routes and hotels, that was gold, because getting that info was hard, scarce.
Until the internet basically blew that wide open.
Yep. Expedia, Google, suddenly everyone had access. That core knowledge got commoditized. And now the same thing, but maybe even faster, is happening with AI automation.
Building these workflows is getting easier, or at least perceived as easier.
Right. The tools are getting so user-friendly. Make.com, Zapier, all these things. They make it look easy to the client, even if it's not always simple behind the scenes.
And that perception gap, that's the real danger here, isn't it? Because we know, you and I know, the complexity is still there, especially when you need it to be robust, reliable, scalable.
Oh, yeah. Getting from 0 to, say, 80% of what you need. Often pretty straightforward now. But that last 20%, go from 80% to 100% reliable, that's hard.
Building a truly solid system.
That's the tough part. And often that last 20% involves sophisticated stuff, like RARG-optimized systems.
Okay, maybe let's quickly define RG for anyone listening.
Sure. RG, it just stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Basically, it's a fancy way to help AI use your specific documents, your external knowledge, reliably, so it pulls accurate facts instead of,
Making stuff up.
hallucinating. Exactly. Stops the hallucination problem. And building that well, that's complex. Clients often don't see that complexity.
And adding to all this is, well, the market's gotten a bit skeptical, hasn't it? After a couple of years of hype and maybe some amateur experts over-promising.
Totally. Lots of failed projects, unfortunately. It's made businesses quite wary. They've been burned.
So here's the core question then. If that technical skill, the building part, is becoming a commodity, what should AI practitioners sell instead? How do you survive this shift?
You have to shift your focus completely away from the tech towards commercial, quantifiable outcomes, and crucially, towards becoming a strategic partner. That shift from just being a vendor to being a real partner, that's the secret sauce for landing those bigger long-term contracts. I know this consultant, right, just landed a deal worth about $72,000 a year. It's a 2-year contract.
Wow, okay.
And it wasn't because the tech solution was some kind of magic bullet. Nope. It was secured purely because he had commercial acumen. He could talk the talk.
The ability to translate the tech jargon, RE, fine-tuning, whatever, into the language the CEO understands. Dollars and cents, risk reduction.
Exactly. So many agencies, they fall into this trap of selling the flights. They talk features. We use this ROG system. Look at our cool agents.
But clients, they don't buy flights, they buy destinations, right?
Yeah.
If you're selling lawn care
They
products.
sell the beautiful green lawn not the grass seed. They just want the transformation, the end result. That's all that matters.
I have to admit, though, it's sometimes really hard to resist showing off the cool tech stuff. You build something elegant, you want to explain it.
Oh, tell me about it. I still wrestle with that temptation myself, honestly.
Yeah.
You want to lift the hood and show the engine.
Yeah.
But you got to fight it. Sell the destination always.
Okay.
And that's where this critical 3 framework really comes in handy. Think of it like your one-page sales cheat sheet. It keeps you focused.
All right, so break down these 3 levers, the ones that actually close these high-value deals. What are they?
Okay, first, new revenue opportunities. This is straightforward. How does your AI solution help the business make more money? Does it increase capacity? Open new markets? Find new leads? Direct line to revenue?
Makes sense. What's number 2?
Second, time savings. But crucially, this has to be quantified, like really rigorously. Don't just say it saves time. That's weak. You need to say, look, this saves your team 80 hours per month. At your average employee cost of X dollars per hour, that translates directly to $8,000 in hard labor costs avoided every single month.
Yeah.
You turn time into dollars.
Concrete numbers. Got it. And the third one, the one the source material says gets ignored all the time by newcomers.
Ah, yes, the secret weapon. Risk and compliance. This is huge EE, especially when you're targeting serious established businesses. Mid-sized firms, large corporations. For them, safety, legal compliance, operational stability, these are non-negotiable.
Right, it's table stakes.
Absolutely. Think about, say, a law firm or a financial services company, an AI that can review contracts and flag potential regulatory issues before they become problems. That's potentially saving them hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, in fines or litigation risk down the line.
So positioning your solution as mitigating risk.
It transforms the conversation. You're not just a nice-to-have efficiency tool anymore. You become essential, like an insurance policy embedded in their operations.
Okay, that completely reframes the value proposition. It's not just about speed or cost, it's about safety too.
It does. Hugely important.
So if the tech is commoditized and we need to focus on these commercial outcomes using the critical 3, why isn't just focusing on outcomes enough? Why the need for super sharp specialization on top of that?
Because being a generalist in this space, it's basically a death sentence now.
Yeah.
You absolutely must specialize to become instantly referable. Look, having a really clear, defined niche, it acts like an automatic referral engine. The data we're seeing suggests that for these high-value AI firms, something like 80% of their early clients, they come directly from referral.
80%? Wow.
But that only happens if people know exactly what you do. If you're just the AI guy or we help businesses use AI, you're instantly forgettable. Who are they going to refer you for? Anything. Nothing specific.
Which brings us to this idea you mentioned, the Kevin Bacon strategy.
Yeah.
Explain how that applies here as a fun analogy.
Yeah, it works surprisingly well. You know the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon game, right?
Sure.
It's all about connections.
Yeah.
A generalist's network kind of grows linearly. Maybe they tell a few people. But if you have a razor-sharp, super specific niche, your brand gets plugged into the network effect. Exponential growth. Here's the test.
Okay.
Ask yourself this. If your 5 closest friends, or maybe 5 key business contacts, were asked exactly what you do professionally, would they all give the same consistent, specific answer?
Ah, okay. So if the answer isn't something really concrete like, I don't know, oh, she's the expert in AI-powered lead scoring for SaaS companies, or he does the WhatsApp automation systems for dental practices, if it's vague, your niche isn't strong enough.
Exactly. It needs to be that specific because that kind of clarity means those 100 people in your immediate network, they suddenly become access points to maybe 10,000 people in their networks. And when someone in that wider network had that specific problem, your name is the only one that comes up.
Right. You become the go-to person for that one thing. That's the multiplication effect.
That's the power of clarity.
So choosing that niche, it sounds like maybe the single most important strategic decision you make early on. The sources mention 4 pillars for picking a good one. Let's walk through those. First one, specific and easy to explain.
Yep. Use a simple formula. I help X your specific client type get Y a specific quantifiable benefit. Keep it tight. Like your example, helping real estate agents get 20 qualified leads per month using AI. Clear promise, easy to repeat.
Okay. Pillar number 2, target clients with more money than time. This sounds blunt, but probably necessary.
It is. It's about discipline. You got to consciously avoid the clients who are going to, arm wrestle you over 500 pounds, as the source puts it.
Right.
Aim for high-income professionals or larger businesses where dropping $10, $20K, $50 on a solution that genuinely saves them significant time or reduces major risk. It's a no-brainer investment for them, not a painful cost.
But that discipline must be tough, especially when you're just starting out, right? Saying no to smaller, easier gigs.
Oh, it's incredibly tough. But the sources argue, and I think they're right, that if you get bogged down in those low-value projects early on, you just get stuck in that commodity mindset. You never escape.
Which leads nicely to the third pillar. Leverage your 1% skill set. This is about using what you already know.
Exactly. What's your unfair advantage? Did you spend 15 years in logistics? Or healthcare administration? Or education? Whatever it is, that deep industry knowledge, that's gold. You already understand the nuances, the jargon, the real pain points of that industry way better than any generic AI consultant ever could. Lean into that.
Makes sense. Don't start from scratch if you don't have to. And the final pillar.
Pillar 4, deep problem understanding. Once you have your niche client, X, and your unfair advantage, you need to build your entire business, your content, your marketing, your actual service around solving the top, say, 3 problems that genuinely keep those clients awake at night. What are their biggest operational headaches? Focus relentlessly on those.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Niche down, focus on high-value clients, use your background, solve their biggest problems. But what about proof? A new firm, they need case studies, testimonials. How do you get that crucial first bit of credibility?
Great question. For that very first client, the playbook suggests using what they call the BAN strategy.
BAN.
By any means necessary.
Okay, tell me more. This involves the free client strategy, doesn't it?
It does. And look, this isn't about working for free forever. It's a very specific strategic investment. You find that ideal first client in your perfect niche, and you offer to do the initial project either for free or maybe just at cost.
Why?
Because your payment isn't cash right then. Your payment is a killer case study, detailed metrics, quantifiable results, and a glowing on-camera testimonial from that happy client, that documented success story. That's worth far, far more than the fee you gave up initially.
Because it lets you leapfrog the credibility gap.
Exactly. It lets you immediately start pitching those high-ticket $10K plus projects to subsequent clients because you have tangible proof that you deliver results in their specific world. It's an investment in your future pricing power.
Okay. That's a clever, if maybe slightly scary way to kick things off. So once we have the niche dialed in and we've maybe got that first crucial case study, what's the actual blueprint for building this recurring revenue system, the sustainable model?
Right. You need a structure. The playbook lays out a really clear 4-component model. And it starts, interestingly, not with sales calls, but with media, and then a structured paid diagnostic phase.
All right, let's map out this 4-part structure. The sources are calling this the 2026 success formula for AI businesses. Component 1, media. 2, diagnostic. 3, transformation. And 4, recurring revenue. Walk us through it.
Okay, component 1. Media and content. This is about building a brand, not just, a service business. You need to be putting out free, genuinely valuable content. Think LinkedIn articles, maybe YouTube videos, webinars, whatever fits your niche.
And the key is that this content is laser focused on solving problems for your specific niche avatar.
But precisely. You're not trying to reach everyone. You're demonstrating your expertise to your ideal clients before they even talk to you. And the leads that come from this kind of content, they're already warm, they kind of know you, they trust you a bit. The sales conversation is way easier.
Okay, that makes sense. Build authority through content. What's component 2? This is where the shift really happens, you said. The diagnostic model.
This is critical. You have to stop acting like a salesperson pushing a solution and start acting like a doctor. You sell a paid diagnostic or audit. This might be a 1-week, maybe up to a 4-week engagement.
Paid? So they pay you before you even propose the main solution?
Yes. And the goal of this diagnostic is to genuinely deeply understand the client's internal processes, their workflows, their real bottlenecks. Here's the thing. Many businesses don't actually understand their own operations that well. Your audit maps it out for them.
So the output of this paid diagnostic is valuable in itself?
Immensely valuable. But here's the crucial step. The report, the output of that diagnostic, it absolutely must be organized by ROI, return on investment.
Okay, what does that look like? Organized by ROI.
It means you don't just list problems. You list potential solutions or improvements. And for each one, you estimate the likely cost to implement, the time to deliver, how long it'll take, and most importantly, the expected value or financial return. quantified.
So the diagnostic report itself becomes a clear, prioritized blueprint for action. It shows the client exactly where the biggest bangs for their buck are.
You got it. It basically sells the next phase for you.
Whoa, okay, I can see that. Imagine scaling a system where the diagnostic itself is this highly valuable paid product, and it inherently builds trust and naturally leads the client to the next step. That's powerful.
It is, because it leads seamlessly into component 3, transformation. The client has paid you for the blueprint, they've seen the ROI calculations, they trust your analysis. So the natural next step is for them to pay you to actually execute that plan, to implement the solutions you identified and take them from their current state to that optimized future state.
The actual building and implementation phase.
Right. Based on the roadmap they already paid for and approved.
Okay. And finally, component 4, the one that makes it sustainable, recurring revenue.
Yep. Once the main transformation project is done, you don't just walk away. You need to build in long-term revenue streams.
Yeah.
We're talking those $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 plus monthly contracts.
And what are those typically for? Maintenance, support.
It can be a mix. Ongoing maintenance and optimization of the AI systems, yeah. Dedicated support hours. But also potentially things like specialized training or education platforms to help their team use the new systems effectively. Maybe access to ongoing updates or new features. It locks in the relationship and ensures predictable income.
Got it. So media builds awareness, diagnostic builds trust and the plan, transformation executes the plan, and recurring revenue sustains the relationship and the business.
That's the flywheel.
Yeah.
But success hinges on avoiding those pitfalls we touched on earlier. Remember, don't fall back into the technical trap. Stop leading with features. Avoid the commodity mindset. Don't compete just on price. And always resist the solution-first approach. Diagnose first, then prescribe, every time. So if we zoom out, the really big idea here, the fundamental shift, is moving away from just being a transactional vendor selling, AI tools or one-off projects.
Right.
And moving towards being a consultative strategic partner. This whole 4-part system we just walked through, media, diagnostic, transformation, recurring revenue, creates this powerful flywheel. It's what builds a scalable, resilient, high-value business in this space.
So the old way was kind of selling generic tools, doing one-off projects, maybe positioning based just on, AI tech.
Yep. Competing on features, often getting squeezed on price, very precarious.
And the new way is selling clear commercial outcomes,
Yeah.
leading with that paid diagnostic to build deep understanding and trust, and having that laser-sharp niche specialization that makes you the obvious, instantly referable choice for a specific problem.
That's the path forward. Success in this market, especially as it matures over the next couple of years, it's absolutely going to belong to those who make this shift now, those who focus on delivering transformation and building those real strategic partnerships.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening to mull over. Forget the tech for a second. What is the single biggest, most painful operational bottleneck that keeps your ideal niche client awake at night? Start right there. Think about how you could apply that critical 3 framework revenue, time savings, risk mitigation directly to solving that specific pain point. And then start sketching out what your paid diagnostic offering could look like for that problem. It's time to move beyond the commodity market. Now is the moment.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the AI operating system playbook. Hope it was valuable. Out to your own music.